looking at stopping if I were here?
So, weird dreams last night.
Yeah.
I dreamt that Jim Healy died. It was horrible, unexpected plane crash.
Okay.
He was flying it.
Fuck, huh?
And
He was flying it?
He was flying.
Does he fly?
No.
Got it.
And so we went to the funeral in Europe.
Okay.
And
In Ireland?
no, continent.
Okay, but you don't know exactly where?
I think France.
Okay. Luxembourg, maybe?
Perhaps.
God.
And so it was like a 2-day event, and his kids were actually mean, and his wife was kind of evil.
Okay.
So it was weird. And then I saw Christina Kemp there.
Which is weird, because why would she know Jim?
Well, she wasn't there for Jim. She was there at the same resort thing.
Got it.
And she was being deposed by her stepmother. And all of her people were getting killed, and they were on this yacht, and it was, they were trying to get away from things and trying to get her power back.
What the hell is going on today? Are we just going to go 2 miles an hour? What the fuck is the matter with you people? And this shit kills me.
You know, like, especially on a major road like this.
Right.
In the middle of the day.
Well, and there's like parking everywhere. Like there's right here.
Yeah, literally 20 yards up.
Cop for free, Kristen. I'm like, yeah, ticket. Oh, well, I have my hazards on. Okay, ticket.
Alright, what's wrong with the car? Nothing? Ticket.
Ticket.
I remember thinking in my dream, like, no, this is just a dream. Jim is still alive. It's just a dream. But I'm like, but did I dream this yesterday, and now this is a continuation of that dream, so he really is dead? Because they wouldn't have a funeral without, like, I was going through this whole, like, logical thing in my head to try to figure out if it was a dream or not.
Okay, weird.
It was. I was like, they wouldn't have a funeral if they didn't know.
Bubbles. Whence comes Bubbles? Sounds like it'd be a great novel or pornographic film. No?
I'm trying to figure out how this would be porn.
Well, Bubbles would be a good porn star name, and coming is a constant theme. 12 minutes slower? There's no way it's 12 or 11 minutes slower. That doesn't make sense. Taking it too long going in the truck.
Okay, get it when we stop, okay? Oh,
Yeah, 12 minutes my ass. Okay. Exact same amount of time.
that is a huge hibiscus.
Is it a huge viscous?
It's a hibiscus.
Hibiscus?
Yes. So, I was also thinking about, so different, I need to get a better idea of exactly what Paul, I mean, I know he says he needs you to rein him in, and that's his vision.
Right.
And so it's up to you to figure out what the strategy is, right? I get that. So he's got, how many different ventures and what types of ventures? So he's
Okay,
got,
so most of them are still construction based,
great, okay.
except for the studio, which he already has in place. This one I find a little bit more dubious, but I think there's going to be a lot of work in Puerto Rico if we get this studio functioning. Like, I feel like the studio is something Paul needs to accomplish. The good thing about the studio is it doesn't need to be working all the time. Right? So these are studios.
So he'll own the studio?
No.
Okay.
So what he's going to do is yield up ownership of his studio in return for partial ownership of all the studios around the world. So basically, and but not really he, us. So what we're doing is this week we're forming a new LLC, which is going to be our Papa LLC.
Okay.
That LLC is going to be...
Are you talking to a lawyer about this?
Yeah. That LLC is going to be our, I don't know, good lawyer right now. And this is something, frankly, like on a handshake deal on this, I actually trust Paul. I don't think he's ever going to cheat. And then we can restructure it and restructure. It's just the two of us. It's not like I have 11 people at the deal, right? So it will be the base of it set up. When we get more money, I want to go back with a proper attorney and be like, this is, but there's no assets. It doesn't matter. It won't matter until there's more assets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're just going to get the base structure set up. And then, then refine it and make it, not necessarily change the deal, but make it, I'd probably go back to the owner and be like, let's do this like the really, really high level, right? Let's do a little cheap now. We have assets or start to accrue assets. And we can afford $2,000 or $3,000 to have a lawyer go in and do it. And we'll do that. Neither here nor there right now. So, we're going to form our LLC. The LLC is going to be the partner. So when I say Paul's going to be a partner, it literally means like our company is going to be the partner. So we will own a percentage of these other studios, frankly, globally. And ideally, if I can repair my relationship that I broke with Laza, I think he'd be a great one to bring in. Particularly, they just started a studio in Colombia, and he's a Colombian radio engineer, music engineer. I don't know. I just feel like there could be some sort of
opportunity there for him.
Right. But that's way down the line. So at any rate,
hello, Catalina. Hello, Pacific Ocean.
So that's and they've already got all these, so they have their studios, and then these guys already have their production company. As producers, they've already signed a ton of huge names. Like I don't know a lot of these guys. I mean, I had to look them up because I don't know fucking new music. The only one I knew was Ricky Martin. But it seems like from who these people are, Ricky Martin might be one of the smallest artists they have.
Okay. And it's awesome that Latin America is half of the globe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this whole hemisphere we've got. And they've got one in Miami, one in Colombia, I think they've got one in New York, and then LA now.
What is Paul bringing to the table that these guys don't have?
He's already got the studio, and he has got a ton of music connections.
So studio where?
He already has a studio here. So he's got two. He's got the one he's built in his house, which is the smaller one. And he's got like a proper fucking studio and something like that.
Okay.
Probably some of this is a little bit of fake until you make it. I haven't seen the studio. I don't know the quality of it. Paul's always like, this is the best, blah, 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 blah. It might not be. I'm not worried about it right now. Where I'm focused is, personally, where I really like to see success is in the property management.
Yes.
So the advantage of the property management is, with a decent amount of work, but not aggressive, we can see gains really fast. We're not going to be going in and renovating houses. We're going to have several teams across the country.
Right, and you're project managing.
I just project manage. What's going on here? Why isn't this done? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, and those are nice fat Gantt charts we can make.
Big fat Gantts.
Okay.